Andy, I wonder if I can get your take on the amount of Rangers fans we believe are coming here. 2,500 inside the stadium, estimated anything between 5 and 10,000 outside the stadium and in the city. What do you make of that?
Bit of carnage. Rangers fans have obviously followed the football club and their numbers for many a year, so I'm not too surprised. But yeah, there's certainly been an extra demand for tickets anyway.
You've obviously been a Rangers supporter all your life. Can you just sum up the enormity of this one game and what it means for the players and the club as a whole?
Yeah, it's massive. I think it's testament to how we've performed in Europe this season. I think if you offered us 90 minutes to go through the last 32, we'd have took it. I think certainly I feel we're probably the underdogs going into the group, and although we've showed respect to every team we've faced, I think we've went into every game with the belief that we can get results, and for that reason we've put ourselves in a place where we've got 90 minutes to make it to the last 32.
Andy, how much of an improvement is needed from Sunday if you're going to go through tomorrow night?
Yeah, of course we realise that. Our last two domestic performances have not been good enough, and it's certainly not been the standards that we've set this season. And yeah, we need to improve in all areas. It was obviously a couple of disappointing results, but we've bounced back before. It's one thing I'm pretty positive within this group that we've got the character to bounce back. We showed it obviously after the semi-final against Aberdeen. We put on a run after that. So yeah, I think this game's obviously a welcome distraction for us, and a big thing this season is we wanted to show that we belonged in this competition, and I certainly believe we've done that.
Andy, you're not getting a chance to train on the pitch tonight. Is that an issue for you guys?
Well, I don't see any difference. It's a big green rectangle we're playing on tomorrow night, so I've not actually had a look at the pitch. I don't know what type of state it's in, but I've played on good pitches, I've played on bad pitches. I can't comment further. I've not seen the pitch, but we'll be ready to go tomorrow night no matter the situation.
Andy, after what the club's gone through in the last 6 years or so, what would this mean to everyone to get through to the group stages? Because it's obviously been such a long time since you have been.
It would be a massive achievement. Obviously, our first step was to gain qualification into the group stage, and like I said, once we'd done that, we wanted to show that we belong in this competition. And I think since game week 1 we've done that. No matter who we've played, we've went with a game plan and a belief that we can cause upsets and get results when needed. We've obviously got a positive result the last time we played Rapid, and although it's been difficult opponents, I think we've showed ourselves in good stead. But we've got one more hurdle to go, and like you said, it would be a massive achievement if we can get this one.
Stephen, you have had a look at the pitch. What have you made of the pitch, and what have you made of the fact that your preparations have been altered in that you have to train at the adjacent pitch, which itself looks rather cut up?
Well, I think we have to adapt. I don't see it as a big problem. It doesn't change our focus on tomorrow night. I think it's a sensible decision because having looked at the pitch, it does look quite wet. And for both teams, I think it's sensible to keep it in the best shape it can be in for tomorrow's game, because it's going to be a huge game.
From the goalmouth area, it seems to be patched up. Is there a concern that could cut up further and the impact that could have on obviously both teams?
We'll have to see how the pitch plays tomorrow night. It's difficult to judge right now. I mean, on the eye it looks really good, the pitch, but to feel it's very wet. Now it's very difficult to know how it's going to play. We'll have to wait and see. But it's the same for both teams. We never like to use excuses. We just want to focus on our game plan. And try and focus on what we need to do to win the game. The pitch is what it is. It's not going to change, and we go out there and give it our best shot.
You made your feelings quite clear in terms of the performance at the weekend. Do you expect a reaction tomorrow night?
I expected a reaction at Dundee. The last two performances, I don't think we've shown the true Rangers. Certainly the standards we've set from the beginning of the season, so we are disappointed with the last two results. But what I would say is this is a completely different game. This is going to be a different style of game, because we believe Rapid will come out and attack us. We're expecting a positive performance, especially with a very vocal crowd behind them. We don't expect them to sit deep and compact and try and get men behind the ball and try and spoil the game like the last 2 games have looked like. So we're expecting a completely different match. I think this game could suit us, you know, being more of a 50-50 match. You know, in them situations in the past, we've handled ourselves very well. It's, you know, we've got major respect for the opposition. You know, along with ourselves, we're probably the 2 underdogs in the competition and have done extremely well for a chance to go into the last 32. So, you know, it's a fantastic game for both teams.
You won't have Daniel Candeias tomorrow night, and now Ryan Kent is out as well. How much of a blow is that, and how long do you expect Ryan to be out?
He'll definitely be out for a couple of weeks, Ryan. He's got an hamstring issue on his other leg from the previous one, so that's a huge disappointment for us. And obviously, Daniel's suspension doesn't help either because, you know, again, we don't have a really good player available. So disappointed on both fronts, but it is what it is. We've brought a squad of players here. We'll pick the best team possible that we think can get the job done, and we'll go and leave everything out there on the pitch, see where it takes us.
Stephen, you're obviously annoyed at the weekend, but taking everything into consideration, both your league form and what you've done in Europe, are you at this stage, would you say you're ahead of schedule?
I think from a European point of view, we certainly are. I think we certainly took this position when we joined up at the beginning of the season, and certainly took it if you go back 12 months to see where this team was. But we don't want to relax on that. We want to try and push forward and keep trying to improve. And it'd be a huge achievement if we managed to get the job done tomorrow night. In terms of the league, you know, we were sitting top 7 days ago. And I was getting asked questions in press conferences, and I had to remain humble and keep the expectations in check. So after 2 bad results, we're not going to panic and think everything's gone wrong. Of course, we'd like to be a few more points further up than where we are right now. But, you know, we'll keep pushing. We're still a new team. We're still trying to take strides forward, and that takes time. So, you know, there's a lot of hard work to do, but we're really looking forward to the challenge moving forward.
What do you make, Stephen, of this huge Rangers following that are coming over to watch the match? And do you have a message for them? Because we spoke to the Rapid head of security earlier, who was a little bit concerned over fans trying to get into the match or try and buy tickets that don't have them.
Well, I think first and foremost, we hope that they all remain safe and enjoy the occasion. You know, it's a fantastic match for them. It's no surprise to me that they've came over in the numbers. They've been doing that for many, many years. They love the club, they're passionate, and they want to be part of big games. But for me as a manager, I always want to, you know, send a message to make sure that they're all safe and they come and enjoy the occasion. I don't want to give them a message in terms of what we're going to do tomorrow in terms of the performance, because I want my players to send that message. I want my players to go and make the supporters proud and make themselves proud by emptying everything they've got and leaving it on the pitch, because the rewards are well worth it.
Stephen, first of all, welcome to Vienna.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. I think he got the first part.
Yeah. The last couple of weeks for Rapid were a bit of a roller coaster. They had up games, they had down games. How would you rate the performance of Rapid in the last couple of weeks, and at which point your team is warned about the opponent?
We'll take this as the last question as well.
I think we've got huge respect for the opponent. We know they're a good team. They've got good players and a good manager here. So we know the challenge is very big. I think both teams over the last weeks have had mixed form, but I don't think we should focus too much on that. I think tomorrow night you'll see 2 teams that are going to give everything they've got to try and get qualification. I see it as a 50-50 match, and I just hope that my team's on the winning side. But I think it's very exciting for everyone to watch this game. It should be very exciting.